Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Zoe, the Quirky Coach, and this is your April New Moon reading. So this reading will take us from middle of April, 22nd, 23rd, right the way through to the May New Moon next month. And as I was tuning into the energy for this reading, and I use a Tibetan singing bowl to bless my decks, and it was a very gentle energy that was sort of coming off the cards. And I had got a set of cards out. I tend to use the same deck for the moon readings, the oracle deck, but then the tarot and the other oracle deck. I'd got two decks out from ones that I'd used this morning for a reading with a client. And yet I was sort of drawn to actually go and get two other decks instead. So I thought that was quite interesting. And just a feeling of gentleness. The Taurian new moon is Taurus is ruled by Venus. So with the energy of love and abundance, Taurus being a very sensual sign, a sign that loves the good things in life, but also, as I say, ruled by love. As we know, those of you that know astrology, Taurians can be a bit stubborn sometimes. They're quite fixed, but they have a steady, gentle presence. My son's a Taurian, and he's very typical, I think, of his sign in some respects, certainly in his love of things being equal and equable. So it's an interesting energy here. It's certainly, last month's was a supermoon and Aries energy, and the last couple of weeks, the full moon rather was supermoon in Aries, and there's been quite a lot of emotions going around, quite a lot of fiery energy going around. But as I say, this is a different energy now. Here in the UK, we are slap bang in the middle of the coronavirus lockdown period. We have been told that it has peaked, certainly this first flush of it. We're hoping to avoid a second, but we have to carry on with social distancing and all the lockdown procedures for the moment, and we'll see where it takes us. So the first of the oracle decks that I shall be using is the Queen of the Moon Oracle, and this is a beautiful deck, Stacey DeMarco, lots of lovely energy. So what I tend to do is draw a card from it, because she takes every single aspect of the moon, from waxing and waning, gibbous moon, I'm really not sure what a gibbous moon is, and goes on to then also each full moon has a specific name as well, and then the super moons and blue moons. So this moon is a new moon, and as always with a new moon, it's about beginnings. So things that you begin at this time in the month are under auspicious signs. And again, we've got, I noticed quite a lot of the outside of this, which is the sort of the night. Maybe dark night of the soul has just come into my head here, but going through to that light at the end of the tunnel, to a brighter future. It's a very gentle future as well. If you look, I mean, this is a future of greenery, of nature. I'm not getting any spiritual energy in particular here with this card at this time. This is much more a sort of grounded energy feeling from this card this time. Interestingly, I get different feelings from the same cards at different times. So that's the beginning. So each new moon is a new beginning. And I'll just shuffle the cards a little. I have already shuffled them, but we'll take one more card from the oracle deck and see what other message comes through. So as some of you know, I'm a clairsentient, not a clairvoyant. I don't tell the future. I can't see things. I just get strong intuition, strong feelings that I pick up from people, places, and the cards. So this is the card that's come. Okay, it's pleasure, waning gibbous moon. Now I did say, didn't I, that the Taurian moon is about pleasure. It's about the good things in life. And there we go. That's somebody abandoning herself to total pleasure. And I think maybe there is something in this, isn't there? We've been through some tough times and we need now to treat ourselves. We need to indulge in some pleasures, if you haven't already. I must admit, I've been pleasuring myself. That doesn't sound right. I have been indulging in pleasures of wine and chocolate, my two favourites. And this one, though, with the energy here, yes, a little bit about letting go of some of the negative energy here to allow yourself to go with the positives of this challenging time and know that it's okay. There's a beautiful little butterflies here. I think some people are feeling a bit guilty about the positives of this time. We are surrounded, if you watch and listen to the news all the time, and please don't, it's my basic advice, once a day is more than enough. But you may well have friends, family that have been going through it and will still. But on the other hand, you might be in a position, as with a client this morning, where actually their current situation is okay. Nobody is directly affected at this moment. They're able to slow down and enjoy some of the simpler things in life. So I think we're being given permission here to do that and to let go of some of the stress and strain over the next few weeks and enjoy what we can. Now, I said I'd chosen a different tarot deck. I haven't used this tarot deck in any readings on my videos before. The reason being, I find it a really, really powerful deck in a very spiritual way. So it's interesting that I wasn't picking up any particular spiritual energy in that first card of New Beginnings, and yet I've chosen a deck which has a very strong resonance. I don't even use it with clients that often. It is tarot deck, but as you will see from the imagery, the images are very almost abstract. They take the Rider-Waite originals, but they interpret them in a much looser way. And there is an extra card in the deck, which is the fountain of all goodness, if you like. So I'm just going to, with this one, for the new moon reading, I am just going to take current situation, challenge, and opportunity. So, God, Spirit, the Universe, Angels, and Ancestors. Bless this deck. And what cards do we have? As ever with these readings, whenever you watch it will be right for you, and any time, obviously, within this, particularly within this month from April the 23rd through to next May. So, current situation, challenge, and opportunity. So let's have a look. 3 of Coins. Okay. Now then, in the traditional Rider-Waite, the 3 of Coins is often representing teamwork. Coins are pentacles, so pentacles is work. Pentacles is, again, down-to-earth energy. It's earth energy. It's to do with the home, family, stability, security, your job. And this one often indicates teamwork. But interestingly, in this deck, it's more about balancing the different things in your life, because he's got the 3 pentacles here and this central one, and then two others. And I've got a lovely harmonious feel to this. About, it's almost like, they're almost like giant bubbles. And this new moon energy, because I was out at midnight last night and I was hoping to see Lyrid shooting stars. There's been it's the meteor showers, if you like, shooting stars, but I maybe saw one plus one of the satellites coming over, but it was a very soft sky, a slight haze of cloud, but again this soft energy, and I just have a beautiful feeling. Very grounded. Look, his feet are like rooted into the earth, and then it's just taking the things in life and saying, okay, this is the most important thing. There are things out here which could impact on me, but I'm just going to focus on this one. These other things I can leave to one side. So have a think about what's most important in your life at this moment in time and concentrate on that. and added to the idea of new beginnings and maybe about accepting a new way of being, because we are all going to change as we go through this into a new reality. So yes, and it's got that sort of soft sun sort of feel to it. So current situation, this is you at this moment in time, but for this month, if you like, the energy, taking up that energy of what's most important to you. Maybe leave some of the more worldly things slightly to one side if you can. And I do appreciate that for some of you that is nigh on impossible. But as and when you can, just focus on our small worlds. We've got much smaller in our world at the moment. And yet we're conscious of it being a global issue as well. The challenge for us at this time, the Six of Cups. Now again, look, we've got this round circular energy here. The Six of Cups. Now, in the traditional Rider-Waite, it's two children. One's giving a little bouquet of flowers to the other, and it can be to do with love, soulmate energy, but also generosity of spirit. And I think it's a simple message here. The challenge is to focus on the smaller things, if you like. This is this. And inside here, can you see two people? Now, as I say, normally in the traditional, they would be children sharing something together. And it looks like, and I can't see without doing that, and my contact lenses won't let me focus like that. It almost looks like plants. I will have a look at this with a magnifying glass later, but it's almost like sharing a plant of seedlings or something. So maybe with this new beginning, it's about sharing some of the new beginnings for this April new moon. Very appropriate with the garden flourishing, and some of us have been planting seeds. Mine aren't doing terribly well because I've got to pot them on apparently. But yeah, take the energy here of sharing in the smaller things of life, in the loving cup of life, the seedlings that are growing. I'm overdoing the metaphors here. But yeah, lovely soft energy again. Maybe that's why I was drawn to this deck, because I think of this deck as being highly spiritual, but it is also a gentle deck. It's a gentle energy. And Taurians is a gentle energy. Just don't try and force them to do anything. So don't force things this month in this new moon period. Our opportunity. Wow, beautiful, beautiful star. So the star is about our hopes and dreams. The star, it's an Aquarian energy. The star is, yes, it's the water bearer. It's the bearer of our hopes and dreams. And I'm just thinking about going out last night and looking for shooting stars, and here we have one. And this figure is sort of wrapped around this star pole, a sort of stellar pole dance. And have a think about your opportunities to start, and I do believe it is only start, to explore what are your hopes and dreams. What do you wish for as we move forward into this new reality? You know, this time next year, what would you like your life to be like? And to use this time of loving energy, of embracing a softer energy, embracing a kind of trying to let go of some of the bigger troubles in the world when you can, but not trying to do too much. Maybe just a bit more time of sharing with others your hopes and dreams, and to start to plant some of those seeds. I think we've had this before about planting the seeds in the weeklies. So 3 of coins, 6 of cups. So pentacles, down to earth energy, emotional 6 of cups. It's emotional water energy, and then we have this star, beautiful symbol of hopes and dreams. You know, what are the opportunities available to you as you start to pursue maybe some of your hopes and dreams for the future? Again, the final deck I'm choosing, which is an energy card. It's the Energy Oracle deck, and these cards, each one of them has a word or a phrase to give some overall guidance for this period. And it was one that I was drawn to, not one that I had, I think I may have said before, about 30 or so tarot and oracle decks, and I tend to, with my clients, I tend to think of the client beforehand and then get drawn to the deck. So for this, I think of you and then I get drawn to the deck. So again, I have shuffled and blessed, but I will do that once more just as an extra bit of oomph. God, through the angels and ancestors, what final message do we have for our April new moon reading? Okay, and that's the card. Appreciation. So gratitude, appreciation, this is a recurring theme at this time, to just be grateful for what we have, to show appreciation. I do actually feel the difference between gratitude, in some ways we can be grateful for, which is an internal feeling, you know, I am really grateful for the fact that we have had such lovely weather for the last month. It has made a difference to a challenging time. Appreciation is often involving somebody else. So maybe this is about, if we combine it with, where have I put it? If we combine it with the Six of Cups, about showing appreciation to others and appreciation for what we have rather than to bemoan what we don't. And I think that's particularly important on a global scale as well. I know people are complaining about the leadership in the country. I don't just mean our country. They're complaining, you know, all countries, as we look for somebody to blame through this. But you know, most people are absolutely doing their best, and even those who appear not to be, it's often fear that's guiding that. So if we can show our appreciation and tell people we appreciate. It's Thursday now, I'm recording this, and in 2 hours time, many of us in the UK will be out on our doorsteps applauding the NHS workers, the carers, the support workers, and Captain Tom, who has single-handedly, at nearly 100, he turns 100 at the end of this month, a World War II soldier, who has raised over £28 million, which will go to the NHS and support. So we can show our appreciation for that. But yeah, I have a feeling that although she is shown there on her own, I feel she's looking at somebody and not only appreciating what is around her. There's a lot of energy of the Nine of Pentacles here, I think, that she's showing her appreciation to somebody for something. So my dears, that is your April new moon reading. I hope it's been of some help and inspiration to you. If you would like a reading, at this moment I am doing Zoom readings, but I am also starting a service which is where you can email, text or message me a question. I will do a card reading like this and send it back to you in return. The only thing I haven't quite worked out is how I'm going to do it. Am I going to be videoing, which does take a bit of time to set up, or will it be will it be in a sort of word format? I'm not sure. But anyway, if you'd like a Zoom reading, which is what I'm doing most of, do please get in touch and via zoedoors.com. So that's it for today. I wish you all the very best from here in Carnforth, sending you love and blessings, and look forward to seeing you the next time.